When most people hear the book of Revelation, their minds immediately jump to beasts and battles and all the end of the world stuff. But that's not actually where it starts. It begins with something way more personal, way more immediate.
So, let me ask you this. What if you got a direct message, a kind of performance review, not from a boss, but from the one who knows you inside and out? This isn't just some hypothetical question. It's exactly how the book of Revelation kicks off.
And this divine performance review, it's not really about the end of the world. Nope. Before any of that, Jesus turns his attention to his own people. He's inspecting his church, and he has an urgent message that cuts right through 2,000 years of history, straight to us, right here, right now. That's right. Revelation starts with 7 letters. 7 personal letters to 7 actual historical churches. But here's the key. These aren't just dusty old history lessons. They're a living reality, showing us what pleases Christ, what grieves him, and what he expects from us today. The Apostle John gets this incredible vision of Jesus. But Jesus isn't sitting on some distant throne in the sky. No, he's walking among 7 golden lampstands. And believe me, this isn't just a casual stroll. It's an active, hands-on inspection. So, what are these lampstands? Well, it's simple. They are the churches. Each one represents a body of believers, and their whole job is to hold up the light of truth in a pretty dark world. And Jesus is walking right there among them, checking the flame. This isn't just something that happened 2 millennia ago. And this is the part that should really get our attention. He is still walking among his churches today. He's still trimming the wicks, checking the oil, and seeing if that fire is burning bright or burning out. Okay, so if he's inspecting the churches, what's he actually looking for? Well, think of these 7 letters as a set of mirrors. They reflect 7 timeless spiritual conditions, 7 types of churches, and honestly, 7 kinds of believers that have existed in every single generation. Just look at this breakdown for a second. You've got Ephesus, they got the doctrine right, but they lost that passionate first love. Then there's Smyrna, the church that was persecuted and poor, but was spiritually wealthy. You have Pergamum, holding on in a tough spot, but starting to compromise with the culture. Thyatira was tolerating some really serious sin right in its midst. Sardis, man, this one hits hard. It had this great reputation, looked alive on the outside, but was spiritually dead. Then you have Philadelphia, the faithful church, just holding on with the little strength it had. And of course, Laodicea, the church that got so rich and self-sufficient it became just lukewarm. Now here's the thing. When you read that list, you're not just a spectator looking at ancient history. Every single one of us, and every church for that matter, is going to find a reflection somewhere in that mirror. The real question is, which one is looking back at you? But, and this is so important, these letters are not just about pointing out the problems. After Jesus gives the diagnosis, he provides the solution. And just like the spiritual diseases are timeless, guess what? So is the cure. The problems of pride, apathy, fear, and compromise, they're as old as humanity itself. But the divine cures are just as ancient and just as effective. Repentance, endurance, faithfulness. The prescription for getting spiritually healthy hasn't changed one bit. It's a call to turn back, to hold on tight, and to just obey. So this brings us to the ultimate purpose of this whole thing, right? This celestial checkup. Why does Jesus kick off the final book of the Bible with such an intense inspection? Well, the reason is incredibly powerful. The goal of this piercing, see right through you inspection, is not to condemn anybody. It's not about shaming his people or just casting them aside because they messed up. It's all about restoration. Every single warning, every single rebuke is fueled by a deep love that wants to bring his church back to its first passion, its purity, and its real purpose. He inspects so that he can heal. And that's why every one of these letters ends with the exact same challenge. It's this direct personal appeal that just echoes through time. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. And notice, it's not a general broadcast. It's a call for each person to respond. So the final question isn't whether the Spirit is still speaking. He absolutely is. The only question that really matters is the one right here on the screen. Are we listening?